Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to make these adorable Easter cupcakes for Easter Sunday. I love these cupcakes because you can make one batter and then make some large cupcakes for the grown-ups and some little mini cupcakes for the kids. And if you're not already a subscriber, be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and that way you won't miss any of my future recipes. So to prepare our batter, we're going to use 2 eggs. To that we're going to add 3/4 cup of sugar, 1/2 cup of melted butter, 1/4 cup of vegetable oil, 3/4 cup of water, and a tablespoon of vanilla extract. Now at this point you want to whisk this all together, and you do want to take a little extra time here because you're basically combining 2 different types of fat and water. So it does take a little bit of time to combine. You're almost creating like an emulsion, but you want to do that before you add the flour, otherwise your fat will have a tendency of rising up to the top and separating once you're in the oven. Then in a smaller bowl, you can combine the dry ingredients, which is 1 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. You can whisk that all together until combined. Then you can slowly combine the dry ingredients into the wet ingredients, just stirring gently until everything is combined. And then for your strawberries, you have 2 different ways to go. So here in California, we're pretty spoiled. We get a lot of these springtime strawberries, but if they're not quite ripe where you are, I've discovered you can use dehydrated strawberries, and it's fantastic. So you can get them at Trader Joe's. They're usually by the cereal aisle, but they're just regular strawberries that have been dehydrated at their peak of freshness. So you know you're getting a ripe strawberry. But you can just chop them up. You want to use about 1 cup, and then you can stir those in to combine. Now to bake these, you have 2 different options. You can either bake them in a standard size muffin tin with standard muffin papers, or what I like to do is bake them in these baking cups. You guys, if you've been following my channel for a while, you've seen me bake with these before. I love this product. I think they're totally awesome. I'll leave you a link in the description if you want to know where to get them. They're in my Amazon shop. Then you're going to fill the large with a standard size ice cream scoop. It's about almost halfway. And then the mini ones, I use a smaller scoop and fill the batter again about halfway. Now if you're mixing and matching the sizes, I wouldn't bake them together because they take slightly different baking times. So I would do the large first, and you're gonna go about 25 to 30 minutes just until they're fully done inside. Then you can pull those out and then pop the mini ones in while your oven's still hot, and they take about 17 to 20 minutes. Then you can allow them to cool while we work on the frosting. And for the frosting, we're going to add whipped cream cheese, 1 3/4 cup of powdered sugar, and a tablespoon of vanilla extract. And you can whisk that all together until it's nice and combined and creamy. And then I also like to add 2 tablespoons of milk. And you can give that a beat just to thin it out a little bit. Then you can transfer your frosting to a pastry bag fitted with a star tip. You want a pretty wide tip because this is going to create that nice nest-like design when we go to frost the cupcakes. Then while your cupcakes are cooling and your oven is still hot, you can toast the coconut. So keep it at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. You're going to take a cup of unsweetened coconut and then pop it in the oven for about 4 to 5 minutes. It browns pretty quickly, so this isn't something you want to walk away from. You want to keep an eye on it. And once it's a nice, beautiful golden brown, you can take it out and allow it to cool completely before you work with it. Otherwise, the warmth from the coconut will start to melt your frosting, and that's not good. Then you can frost your cupcakes. So go ahead and pipe a little mound of frosting on each one. Then you're going to top with the shredded coconut to make it look like a little bird's nest. Then I like to use these Cadbury pastel mini chocolate eggs. They're so cute because they come in all these different pastel colors. So I like to use 3 for the large ones and try to get like 1 of each color. And then you can use 1 for the smaller ones. Now if you have little ones at home, these might be a bit of a choking hazard because there's like a hard candy shell on top. If that's the case, then you can just use a softer Hershey's chocolate egg. That works really well for the mini ones. You can put these on a cake stand. I like to use a wired cake stand because it looks almost like a little egg basket. And then in the center cupcake, you can add one of those little Ghirardelli chocolate bunnies in the center. And that looks really fun too. The nice thing about these cupcake cups is they almost function as little serving pieces. So I just serve these little balsa wood spoons with them, and people can eat the cupcake right out of the little container. Now, if you would like another cupcake idea that would be great for Easter Sunday or Mother's Day, you can click this annotation, and that's a really wonderful cupcake recipe I did for my 100th episode. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you over there.